Hey gang, hope you're all doing well. Long time no speak. Very fucking long time no speak. What has it been? 4 months, I think, since we last recorded a video. Lots of things have happened, not just in my life, but also in the real world. What with the C virus outbreak that's spread throughout the entire world. Hope everybody is okay and fine and dandy. I know that I am, and my brother and his kids are, and my mum and dad are, so that's from my point of view, things are going okay. I'm still working. Strangely enough, when you work a night shift stacking shelves in a supermarket, you don't think of it as being a very glamorous job, and then suddenly in this situation I become a important VIP key worker person that can actually go to work. So for me, things are as per usual. I tend to spend most of my time on my own anyway, apart from going to work and occasionally pop around to see my brother, so things aren't really hugely different with this isolation situation. Anyway, as far as the channel is concerned, we are still going. I'm not giving up on the channel, even though we get 30 something subscribers and no views to any of our episodes. I have got a plan for the upcoming future months. I would like to, let's see, we definitely got to finish Resident Evil 2, even if it's just me and Peter, because Amy is very elusive at the moment to get a hold of, especially with me working weekends, which is probably when she could actually come round. So we should finish Resident Evil 2. I've got Resident Evil 3. I finished it multiple times. Almost platinumed it, actually. I say platinum, I'm playing it on the PC, so I always class it as a platinum because I'm PlayStation 4 was always my preferred console. So we'll definitely do a Resident Evil 3 playthrough. The definitive edition of my favourite game of all time comes out next week, that being Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I am definitely not doing a full playthrough of that game because it is just too big. It's possible that in years to come I might do a New Game Plus play, but the initial playthrough I just want to be able to relax and play that game and enjoy it. Having said that, I might record the opening few hours as one epic long 3-hour, 4-hour video just to kind of celebrate its release. As to whether I do commentary with it, kind of depends on when I start playing it, because it comes out on the Friday. I'm still living in a house share, and I could quite easily see myself getting up at like 3 or 4 in the morning and starting to play it, in which case there would be no commentary because I would be disturbing people. However, if I have a proper good night's sleep and go to bed at the right time on Thursday night and get up at a decent time on the Friday and start playing the game, say 9 o'clock onwards, then potentially I will do commentary for that. Then again, I might just play it and not record it at all, so I cannot make any promises. After that, I definitely do want to do a playthrough of Catherine Full Body, which comes out on the Switch. Because I don't have a PlayStation 4 anymore, I could never get that game, but now it's being released on the Switch, and obviously I do have a Switch now for Xenoblade, so I'd like to do Catherine, probably on my own. So that's another game. Streets of Rage 4 I picked up and I played through, and considering Peter and I played Streets of Rage 1 and 2, and I think 3, at least a kind of half-assed playthrough with the Sega Classics version, I feel like we should definitely do a comedy-esque playthrough of of Streets of Rage 4. So that's another one coming up. After that, don't know. I definitely do want to finish and continue Tales of Vesperia. I think a lot of the other games that I was working on, like Bloodstained, don't really work as a single person commentary, at least not from my type of commentary. I was finding it difficult to concentrate on playing the game, knowing where I was on the map, and I just don't think it was a very interesting playthrough. Not that any of our playthroughs are particularly interesting, but some of them work more and some of them don't work. So I think as far as the ones that are unfinished, Resident Evil 2 and Tales of Vesperia, the two I definitely want to carry on with. Everything else will probably just be played off screen on my own time. I think that's about it. I do want to try and do some more creative videos, like top 10 stuff. I wanted to do my top 10 favourite battle themes from Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2, but I wanted to wait for Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition with all the remastered soundtracks before I put that one out. There is a one of my favourite anime series of all time is Basilisk, and in that series there are 10 ninja from one side and 10 ninja from another side that go up against each other during the course of the series. So I wanted to do a video where I did my top 20 of all the ninja in the Basilisk anime, ranked in order from the worst ninja to the best ninja in my humble opinion. So I've already started doing a list of that as to what the pros and cons of each character were, and I can easily figure out my top 5 and my top 5 best and top 5 worst, and then just kind of figure out the ones in the middle. But I like to do a video on that, and obviously try to do some more arty videos. Our most popular video was that speed video art thing I did of Darkest Dungeon, so that would be another option. But for now I think that's the roadmap for at least the next few months. So I'd like to try and get Xenoblade out, not necessarily on the day it's released, which is Friday the 29th of May. I will definitely record it then. As to the editing and exporting, yeah, I suppose I could, considering I'm playing it on the Switch and it's not going to affect my PC whilst the PC is rendering in the background, so it could be out on that same day. But if it is a 3, 4, maybe even 5 hour video, it's going to therefore take 3, 4, 5 hours to render and then a few hours to actually upload onto YouTube, so it may not be until the Saturday or even the Sunday that I actually upload it. So that is the plan. As for when I can get the Resident Evil videos out, it kind of depends on when I can get my brother around, but with the coronavirus situation, that ain't gonna happen right now. Having said that, I do know that Steam has a broadcast function, so I was thinking and playing with the idea of having Peter install Steam onto his laptop and then having him watch me play a game, and then as long as he could hear the game and my mic, which I'm sure he could do, as long as I could hear him and record him, which I'm not sure is possible, then we could still record videos even if we're not in the same room. But then once again, the other issue is any lag between what he sees and what I see, so that may or may not work. I'll have to play around with it. Then again, maybe we'll be allowed to spend time in the same room in the next few weeks, so who knows. But until then, I think the channel will probably be fairly quiet until this whole lockdown isolation situation is done, but we will wait and see. It's not really a big deal, because I'm sure that even if I do upload videos, we're going to get 1 or 2 views per video, but I'm not really doing this for huge views and money. It was essentially, the initial idea was just so Peter and I could spend more time together. So when I record videos on my own, it's kind of like, well, it's not really the point of the channel. The point of the channel was for me and him to spend time together. So that's, anyway, that's beside the by. But yeah, so that was just an update video, because I felt like, just in case anyone does care, I am still alive, the channel is still going, I have plans. I'm hoping everyone is well, as I've said before. Any comments, any suggestions? We rarely get any comments at all, but if you want to comment on anything, post it down below, and I will hopefully see you in a little bit over a week for the opening episode of Xenoblade Chronicles. But if not, then hopefully at some point in the future when we finish Resident Evil 2. Strangely enough, the end of that last episode of Resident Evil 2, I made the comment that it will not be another few months until we finish do the next few episodes, and I think right now it's probably been about 9 months since the last episode, so yeah, well, it hasn't been 3 months, it's been 9 months instead. Anyway, I could ramble on forever. I'm sure I will start rambling whilst I'm playing Xenoblade and just update you on any of the exciting events that happened in my life. For example, my 2 different change of addresses that have happened in the last 4 or 5 months since the start of the year. But until then, as per usual, I will end this video with take care, and I will see you next time.